We got Randa Markos back here on the program. She's going to be taking on Angela Hill at UFC Nashville on March 23rd. Randa, how are you this afternoon?
I'm pretty good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's good to catch up with you again, and you must be pretty happy because I know this is a fight you wanted, and it's finally happening. Were you surprised to get this matchup? Because I know this goes back years ago, yeah, even when you guys were on, even before The Ultimate Fighter, you've wanted to fight Angela for a while.
I think she wanted to fight me. And like I was supposed to. They came with me with Mackenzie Dern, and I was really excited about that fight. But then Mackenzie Dern backed out, and actually found out today she's pregnant, and it makes sense why she backed out. But yeah, and then they came to me with Angela Hill. So I don't really care who they're giving me. This is a good fight for me. I'm excited about it because she was a former, roommate of mine from The Ultimate Fighter, and it's gonna be excited to see her in the cage with me. So I'm excited.
Yeah, let's talk about the Mackenzie Dern thing, though. I didn't know that. That's interesting. So how did the UFC told you were fighting her, and then it just didn't happen? Like what? How come it? I mean, we know why it fell through, but when did you find out that wasn't happening?
I knew for like 3 weeks before. I knew about 2 weeks, something like that, before they gave me Angela Hill. And yeah, we were supposed to fight. Pretty sure I signed the contract and everything. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, she needs to back out." And I didn't know why, but I saw the news today. So yeah, then they came to me with Angela Hill, and they announced it like the next day.
Okay, and this was always on UFC Nashville, or was this for a different card?
Yeah, it was still in UFC Nashville.
Let's talk about the matchup with Hill a little bit. Like I said, you've been familiar with her, just dating back to Tough. How do you feel like you match up against her here?
I think my last 3 or 4 fights have been stand-up fighters, Muay Thai fighters, and I think she's going to be similar to all those girls. And really going back to my fight with Nina, she picked my leg apart, and I think that showed my weakness in the Muay Thai game, and I think that's what she's looking for. She's going to try to make it like the Nina fight, and but I switched up some things. I've gone to a Muay Thai gym now, and I'm focusing on other parts of my game. So I think it'll be a good match for me. I think it'll be a good opportunity to show what I've learned.
And speaking of learning, what did you take away from your last fight? It was a draw. I know you would have liked the victory in that one at UFC Fight Night 137. What did you take away from that performance?
I took away a lot. Like there were times where I took it to the ground, and I should have acted on certain things, and I need to do submissions more, definitely. And I know I've been lacking that for a while, and I don't know, like I need to sharpen up my ground. I need to sharpen up everywhere, but definitely I can hang in there with anybody. She's tough as hell, She finished her girl, like the girl before me that she fought, just like gave up in the middle of the fight. She's a tough girl. And she's undefeated and everything, and I know I'm tough and never gotten my ass beat by anybody, so I don't know, I'm a tough person, and people need to, I need to show that more.
Back to the Angela Hill fight. What about this? It makes this a little bit personal, because I know you guys don't like each other. It seemed that way on the show, and I'm sure even now. And she made that. I remember she called you out. I think it was last year. With that mannequin or something like that. I know you have her blocked, but there was a whole call out there. Where does this all stem from?
Actually, on the show, I never even really talked to her. I don't even think I introduced myself to her. She's just like that attitude, and just loud, obnoxious. And I just, I like to stay away from people like that because I know they're trouble, and I just believe in, if you want to talk or whatever, if you have something against me, show me in the cage. Show me, while we're fighting. Why do you have to, make it so vocal? But that was really, really disrespectful, the whole post she did of me and the mannequin. So it shows you why I blocked her. That's the kind of attitude she is. And I don't know, I'm just excited to go in there and see her across from me in the cage.
And does that add more to this fight for you? Like, do you like having an opponent that you dislike heading into a matchup? Because I'm trying to think of your last couple fights. It seems like there was really no animosity.
It does help. It definitely does help. But I'm really trying to focus on the technique and the skills, definitely need to work on Muay Thai skills and blocking kicks and throwing more kicks. I don't really throw kicks. So I'm not really looking at the, I don't like her, it helps, but it also messes you up sometimes. So I'm really trying to look at it more as a technical and skill-wise fight.
And you mentioned training at a Muay Thai gym now. Who are some of the people you get to work with over there? And is it still the idea of you do your, cross training your strength and conditioning at one place, you do your wrestling at one place? Like, are you still switching, like doing things specific per gym?
Yes, and like I still go to a wrestling gym to the Windsor Wrestling Club to work on my wrestling, and my jiu-jitsu coach here in Windsor to work on my jiu-jitsu. But the Muay Thai gym that I go to is actually an MMA gym, so I also get to work on my MMA skills as well as Muay Thai. And the main guy there is Mati, who's straight from like Thailand and really knows his stuff. And I'm really excited to be working with him and learn a lot from him. But yeah, we also work with MMA over there, so it's gonna be good.
That's great. Is there any particular area you feel like you've improved on in this camp, or is it just, I guess, just the overall game is what you're always trying to strive to, get better at?
Definitely blocking, blocking kicks. The Nina fight really destroyed my leg, and I realized after being in the boxing stance leaves your leg open to get destroyed. You're with your knee pointing inwards, they leave your leg open to leg kicks and just constantly beating down. And if you see her fight with Claudia Gadelha, she did the exact same thing to Claudia. She just destroyed that lead leg, and definitely been working on fixing that and blocking more and kicking more and being able to defend myself that way.
Anyone that follows you on social media knows that you use CBD a lot, and that seems to be more popular with the fighters, and I'm very familiar with it. I work for a company called the Turp House, and I do interviews for the fighters they sponsor. What would you say have been some of the biggest benefits for you of using it? Because it seems like you've been using it over the last, I'd say, year and a bit.
Yeah, definitely recovery helps a lot. I get really, especially closer to fights, I get really stressed out. I lose sleep. It's definitely helping me sleep a lot more, lot more restful, and I'm not waking up constantly through the night. So that's definitely a huge, huge difference for me. And I use they have this rub, local pain relieving rub that works really, really well too. Yeah, it's a huge benefit, and not just for recovery and for sports. It's good in the long run. It's really good for your health. So it's a huge benefit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight?
Really good. I started on the intermittent fasting. I love that, and I swear by it. It works really, really well. So yeah, I've been walking around 130 pounds now, and it's still coming off. So, and I'm not even I'm not focused on it so much. So it's just naturally coming off.
Do you do the 8-hour window thing, or how do you fast?
Yeah, I do 8 hours where I can eat, and then 16 hours of no eating.
Okay, there you go.
So I'll eat until I got to go to the gym, and then I'm done after that.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight? I remember last time I believe your husband was in your corner.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be in my corner, but also my wrestling coach Curtis Bannon, and also my old jiu-jitsu coach Phil Navarro. So I'm really excited to have Phil Navarro back.
Oh, good. Okay, that's great. How do you see this fight playing out on the 23rd? It seems like you always go the distance, but we always get an entertaining fight. Is that how you see this fight playing out as well?
I definitely think it's going to be entertaining. She's very she moves a lot. She's very I don't know, she throws from all different angles. So it's going to be very entertaining, and I'm hoping to take it to the ground. But if she wants to stand up, I'm always ready to strike. I think I have better hands. And I've been working on the kicks, so we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't go to distance. I'm really hoping for a finish soon, so hopefully.
Do you feel like this is kind of a must-win fight here? The UFC seems to like you. They give you good opportunities here. But is there more pressure going into this fight just because you're coming off that draw, and I'm sure you want to get a victory here?
I'm really focusing on not having any pressure. I really in the last fights I've been really, really thinking, especially the last one, I didn't have a choice to take that fight. So I went in there thinking this is it. And it was just so much pressure on me. I'm going to work hard, train hard, and do my best. And whatever happens, happens. I know I can do it. I just need to not have any pressure and just go out there and do my best and do what I know what to do. I'm done stressing. I'm done worrying, and it's not in my hands. I'm just going to control what I can, and that's it.
We saw George St. Pierre retire yesterday at a press conference. Your reaction, was this something you were expecting as someone who's, also I'm sure a fan of the sport? Yeah,
I'm a huge fan of George St. Pierre, but yeah, I was expecting this. there's a lot of talk about him coming back, and then nothing's happened over the years. So yeah, I was definitely I wasn't surprised when they said that he retired.
You were at TriStar briefly. Did you ever get to train with him at all?
Actually, he taught like every Monday when I was there, so I got to work with him. He's awesome, always in shape. He always looked like he was ready to fight, and even like he wasn't even in camp or anything like that. Very, very like really down to earth person. And if you had a problem, if you had something to work on, he right away helps you. Like he's just really, really good person. He's exactly what you would think he would be.
Great role model for the sport. I think that's something that's kind of been lost a little bit these days, and glad to see. He set a good example, not just for Canadians, but I think in general in MMA. You rarely find someone saying a bad word about him, right? So.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a Canadian thing, I think. Anyways, before I let you go, gotta ask, what are you watching on TV right now? I always like to get the updates. What are you checking out on your downtime?
I'm actually like freaking myself out every night. Like I'm watching Paranormal Witness.
Okay.
And it's just so scary. It's just like real life people's situations of like seeing ghosts and stuff, and then they like reenact it. So like every night I watch it and then I freak myself out. But it's pretty cool. I like that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you switched away from the comedies then, because I know that's what you were watching before.
Yeah. Netflix. I've watched everything on Netflix. So.
Right. Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if people know this out there, but the Canadian Netflix isn't very good. We don't get a lot of good selection. Like I went down to the States and I saw some of the movies and shows they have. It's like, come on, Canada, we got to pick it up. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So. I wish they would change that. But I got the box now, so I get all the other stuff too.
Exactly. There you go. Well, we're looking forward to this fight. It's UFC Nashville. It's coming up here March 23rd. Randa, always appreciate you taking the time. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Randa Markos, Twitter, Randa MMA, Facebook, Randa Markos. And I want to say thank you to Receptra and the local kitchen for supplying me with meals, awesome meals. And Garage Gym and Windsor Wrestling Club. So thank you everybody for all your support, and can't wait for Nashville.